Welcome back to the Sleep Consultant Blueprint podcast. I am your host, Marley Klaus, and I am the owner of the Cradle Coach Academy. If you are listening to this podcast, chances are that becoming a sleep consultant is something you've been thinking about for a while now. Maybe you have done tons of research. Maybe you have compared programs. Maybe you've even filled out an application or two and then talked yourself out of it. And if I had to guess, the conversation in your head sounds something like this. I really want to do this. I can see it, but do I actually have what it takes? Everyone else seems to know what they're doing. I've never run a business before. What if I get certified and then I have no idea how to actually get clients? And that question, can I actually do this, is what stops so many women from ever even starting. So today I want to answer that question for you. And I think by the end of this episode, you're going to realize something that you didn't before. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, if you walk away from this episode remembering only one thing, let it be this. Your 9 to 5 has actually been training you to run a successful business this entire time. You just didn't know it. And I'm going to break down exactly how in this episode. So again, you're here because you want to build a successful sleep consulting business. Helping exhausted families, working from home, being there for your kids, and creating real income on your terms. But there's this nagging question, can I actually do this? And if you're like me before I started this business, you've been an employee your entire career. You know how to be really good at your job. But running a business, that feels like a completely different skill set, one that you don't have yet. So you're looking for proof that someone like you, somebody without an MBA or entrepreneurial parents or a business background, can actually pull this off. So here's the belief that is holding you back. That business skills are this mysterious thing that other people have and you don't. That successful entrepreneurs just naturally know how to do this stuff, and you are going to have to figure it all out from scratch. But when you believe that you're starting from zero, here's what happens. You get certified and then you stall out. You spend weeks or months or even years trying to figure out how to get clients. You second guess your pricing. You avoid sales conversations because you don't know what to say. You watch other people launch and you wonder what they know that you don't. That belief that you don't have what it takes is what is keeping you from ever actually starting. And that is the gap between wanting a business and building one. So here's what I learned after leaving my $150,000 corporate job to build this business. Your 9 to 5 has been training you for this the entire time. Every skill that you use every single day at your job, those are the exact skills that build a successful business. You're just applying them in a different way. So skills that you already have plus business training is what equals a confident and successful business owner. Let me show you what I mean. Part 1 of this is the skills that you're already using every single day in your day-to-day life and in your job. Think about what you do at your job every single day. First, you show up consistently, even on the days that you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when you would rather stay in bed. That's not just being a good employee, that is the discipline that builds a business. Showing up for your clients, recording that content, having that sales call, even when you're nervous, that is the same skill. Number 2, you communicate clearly with people who need your help. Whether it is a customer, a coworker, a patient, or your boss, you know how to explain things in a way that people understand. In your job, you are likely the specialist in your specific area of work. Others around you, including your boss or your coworkers or your customers, don't understand the topic that you specialize in as well as you do. You're frequently having to think through how to explain things in a way that others with less training or knowledge in your area will actually understand. You know how to listen, how to ask questions, and how to figure out what somebody actually needs. That is exactly what you do as a sleep consultant. The exhausted mom who is emailing you at 2 o'clock in the morning, you already know how to respond with empathy and clarity because you do that in your job daily. It's just a different topic and a different audience. Next, you solve problems in real time. When something goes wrong at work, you don't just freeze. You figure it out. You troubleshoot. You adapt. That is what running a business is. Solving problems as they come up. A client has a unique situation, you already know how to think on your feet, and you've got this. Next, you build trust with people. You've spent years earning the trust of your boss, your team, your customers, or patients. You know how to be reliable, how to follow through, and how to deliver on what you promise. That is the foundation of a successful business. Lastly, you follow systems and processes. Your job has systems. You follow them. You improve them. You know how to take something complex and make it repeatable. That is how you run a sleep consulting business, with systems for onboarding clients, delivering your service, and following up. Those aren't just job skills. Those are business skills. You are already doing this. You're just doing it for somebody else's business instead of your own. Now it comes to part 2, which are the things that you do actually need to learn. So if you already have the foundation, we have to think about what is missing. So here's what your 9-to-5 didn't teach you, but what you can still learn. How to package your services in a way that makes sense to clients. How to price yourself so that you're profitable and not undercharging. How to have sales conversations that feel natural and relationship focused, not pushy. How to market yourself authentically. How to structure your offers. And how to handle the back end, like contracts, scheduling, and payments. But here's the thing. Those are skills that you can learn. They're not magic, they're not mysterious, and they're not something that people just inherently know that makes them great at business. Someone can teach you these skills in a matter of weeks. And this is the biggest mistake that I see people making constantly. Women get certified as sleep consultants and think that that's enough. They learn how to help a family sleep, but they don't learn how to run a sleep consulting business. So they freeze. They don't know how to find clients, they don't know how to price themselves, or have confident sales conversations. That's why whenever we completely rebuilt our Business Accelerator program, I built comprehensive business training right into it, because you need both pieces. You need to know how to be a great sleep consultant and how to run a great sleep consulting business. When you realize that you're not starting from scratch, that you already have 80% of what you need, everything shifts. You stop waiting to feel ready and you start taking action. You stop doubting yourself and you start building. When you have somebody teaching you that missing 20% step by step, the pricing, the packaging, the sales conversations, the marketing, you're not guessing. You are following a proven path. That is how women like Yusra and Lindsay earned $4,000 in their very first month after graduating from our program. They realized they already had the skills. They just needed to learn how to apply them in this new way. And they had somebody teaching them the business side, so they weren't figuring it out alone. So let's bring this full circle. You want to build a successful sleep consulting business. You can see it, you can feel it, you want it, but you're wondering if you can actually do this. And here's what I want you to know. You already have what it takes. The skills that you're using at your 9-to-5 right now, showing up consistently, communicating clearly, solving problems, building trust, following systems, those are skills that build a business. You're not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. The only missing pieces are the things that your job never had to teach you, like how to package your services, how to price yourself, how to have sales conversations and market yourself. But those skills are 100% learnable. And that is exactly what we teach you, step by step, no stone left unturned. When you have both of those pieces, the skills that you already have, plus the business training that you need, you become a confident business owner who launches instead of stalling. So if you're sitting here thinking, okay, maybe I can do this, that is exactly why we built our Resolution to Freedom live certification the way that we did. You're not just learning how to become a sleep consultant. You're learning how to build and run a successful sleep consulting business from day one. We teach you how to package your services, how to price yourself appropriately, have confident sales conversations, and how to market yourself authentically. Because the goal isn't just certification, the goal is paying clients after just 90 days. You already have the foundation. Let us teach you the rest. Our live certification program is launching for the first time ever in this format that we are now doing, where we are teaching you every single thing live, including the business side of things. We start January 5th, and there are only 10 spots available. Applications are open now, and our early bird pricing ends December 5th, which is coming up super quickly. So if you are ready to build this and to do it right the first time with a massive amount of support behind you, go apply now at thecradlecoachacademy.com/apply. I cannot wait to see your application come in and to start this journey with you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you right back here next week.